What's up, guys? Today is a special day because I wanted to pay tribute to one of my favorite artists when it comes to heavy metal and extreme metal, I should say, which is basically my favorite one ever. His name was Chuck Shuldiner. His name is Chuck Shuldiner, but sadly, back in 2001, he passed. He had found out that he had a brain tumor, believe in 1999, because I remember reading it on the magazine, my favorite magazine, the Metal Shock, and sadly the news was broken and everybody was really upset about this sad news. But he continued to tour and he continued to play and create also records. Chuck Shuldiner is the founder of the band Death. Many of you might know that he created not only the band Death, but the genre death metal is named basically after him, after them. He moved on from that kind of sound from the beginning, that primordial, brutal sound where he was screaming and growling and roaring and splatter lyrics plus the gore imagery that was kind of a cliche in the death metal scene, but he was the one who basically created it. With Symbolic, then he really expresses in the proper maximum, in the best way possible, of how a person, an artist, a soul, a heart can express himself. He really delivered something which is a symphony of electric guitars and bass guitars and drums. The actual lineup here is much more dynamic, and Gene Hoglan is behind the drums. The sound is something very structured and technical, but very emotional as well. So it gives goosebumps whenever you listen to it. Symbolic, the first title track, is one of those songs that whenever you hear it for the first time, it captures the whole being and then it sticks with you forever. And then track by track, Symbolic is just something to actually buy and have it with you forever. Sleep with it, either in a vinyl or a CD or whatever it is. Have that kind of experience that we used to have back in the days when we used to buy records and CDs. From there, I would suggest also one of my favorite, which is Individual Thought Patterns, another incredible album where, again, technique and heart and soul come together to create something explosive. The Sound of Perseverance, which is sadly the last album that he ever recorded as Death, because then he created another album with the Control Denied, and the album is called The Fragile Art of Existence. Another great album, but different from what we're used to when we hear the word death. Although Death have two different periods. The first one, which is the more, I would say, aggressive and violent, and obviously they were a little bit younger and they were into that kind of splattery, gory music, lyrics, and yes, totally different from what happens then in the future with albums like Human, for example, Symbolic, the one I've already mentioned, Individual Thought Patterns, and The Sound of Perseverance. So those four albums, as opposed to the first three albums, are something different, where there's progressive metal going on. There's lots of intriguing melodies. So riffs, twists and turns. The drums lines are very difficult at the beginning even to listen to, because they're not very accessible, but then when you get into it, you will get mesmerized by technique. And although the drums don't have any melody, but it sounds that they are playing in a melodic way, if you know what I mean. So yes, Chuck Shuldiner is definitely one of those artists to look into and be interested to have a go and listen to these few albums I've mentioned. You can start from the beginning, but I will start basically with Symbolic. When you listen to Symbolic, you will then realize how immersed this guy was in his own world and how he wanted to show his way of expressing himself and being very particular and peculiar on every detail, very curating everything that he was thinking of, structuring it, and incredible, guys. So please go and have a look at it, and also comment down below and let me know what you think of. He passed sadly on the 13th of December 2001, and the news was broken by a friend of mine who actually used to play with me in my band, and he told me that what happened. I knew already that he was ill, but I never would have thought that he was that ill to then pass, and that was a sad news in the metal world. I miss him, I miss his music, but I will always be playing his music. Those records I've got are here in my heart, and they will never go anywhere apart from my ears and everybody else's ears. But this is what I want to share with you guys, and he is very well remembered, and he still lives on. His legacy still lives on. Have a lovely night, guys, and day, or wherever you are, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Don't forget also to comment down below, because I want to hear your opinions in what I'm talking about, and suggestions as well to what you want me to talk about when it comes to records or even art in general. I'm here, open for your suggestions. Have a lovely night. Bye bye. I'll see you soon.